Greetings from Washington, D.C. This is Peter Thomas, the General Counsel of NAAOP.
And Nicole Verkuylen, NAAOP Fellow.
We couldn't wait to the end of the month to share some very significant developments that occurred in O&P policy over the last 2 weeks. First, the issuance of the Interagency Committee on Lower Limb Prostheses report. Second, a MedPAC report, Medicare Payment Advisory Commission report on off-the-shelf orthotics and competitive bidding. And third, the announcement of a VA Office of Inspector General report, which is still pending. Nicole?
Yeah, so in regards to the first, you're all aware of the 2015 draft LCD that was put out by the DME MACs that would fundamentally have changed access to care and technology for amputees across the country, bringing us back to the point of the 1970s. Thanks in large part to many organizations and the NAAOP who directed an online petition, we were able to get 110,000 signatures within 30 days, which eventually led to the White House taking action on this and bringing this public concern and comments to the forefront. CMS then put that draft LCD on hold and brought together an interagency work group to address these issues. This interagency work group just released their recommendations that they had been working on since February 2016 when the group was formed. And the short-term recommendations that they've put forth in that are one, to retire the 2015 draft LCD, which happened just yesterday. That is now dead in the water. It's gone. And second, for CMS to continue using the LCD for lower limb prostheses. It also recommends that another interagency work group be developed for research on lower limb prostheses to advance that for Medicare patients. And third, to work on or to consider looking at the role of microprocessor knees, developing a national coverage determination for K2 level amputees. This is a major victory for the amputee community, the fact that the 2015 LCD is now dead. And there are still some concerns within the interagency work group's consensus document, including the proposal of prior authorization, which we will continue to look at.
The MedPAC report on orthotics and competitive bidding was also announced in the last 2 weeks. In short, I think the MedPAC report came out better than we feared. We had been in NAAOP as well as the O&P Alliance organizations had gone in and met with MedPAC staff to discuss off-the-shelf orthotics and the differing statutory versus the regulatory definition of what OTS orthotics actually includes. Of course, the broader you make OTS orthotics, the broader you apply competitive bidding to that, the more orthotics will be delivered to patients without really any clinical care. And that's a major problem. So we raised these concerns with MedPAC staff. I must say that some of our concerns were not heeded in the final written report, but some of them were. We had heard indications that MedPAC may be considering expanding competitive bidding, not just to off-the-shelf orthotics, but to a broader range of orthotics, perhaps all orthotics, and prosthetics. That did not happen in the MedPAC report. They actually didn't make any recommendations. They'll be doing that in March of 2019 when they make recommendations in this area. But I think we got our points across and we were pleased ultimately with the end product. There were some disturbing things in that report, but most of the overutilization that was detailed really seemed to be driven by non-orthotists. And even to the point where the report recommends that if they do competitive bidding with off-the-shelf orthotics, that orthotists might be or should be exempted from providing orthotics and allow them to provide off-the-shelf orthotics without a contract, much like physicians do. Third is this issuance of a VA report by the Office of Inspector General. We were waiting and waiting. We thought that this report would be out any day. It still hasn't come out. As soon as it's out, we will brief NAAOP's membership and friends on what this report says. The report should focus on coding of the O&P benefit under the Veterans Administration program, and we don't exactly know what the report will say, but we will bring that to your attention as soon as it's published. So, very busy June, looking forward to a very busy July, which we expect. Thank you so much for your NAAOP membership.